All right, in this video, we're going to tackle one of the most confusing questions as in a JavaScript interview is that given an integer 1 or bigger, count how many zeros from 1 to that number. Now, let's say if they give you 50, the answer should be 5 because there are 5 zeros when you count from 1 to 50, right? You get 1 zero at 10, at 20, at 30, and so on. Now, when you get to 100, instead of being 10 zeros, it should be 11, right? Because 100 has an extra zero. And then 101, there's another zero, so it should be 12, and so on. Now, you might think it's really simple. Why can't I just do math.floor and then n divided by 10? You're going to see when we console.log 50, the answer is correct. It's 5. But when you do 100, it's supposed to be 11, but it's only 10. Okay, and it gets worse when you do like 1,000 and so on. Okay, it's definitely not correct. Okay, let's put this back to 100. I'm going to show you how to do this a very unique way because there's multiple ways to do this using math and while loops, but we actually don't need that. I'm going to create an array by using the array constructor, capital array. Now, when you only pass in one argument, n, it will create a sparse array with length n. Let me console.log arr. Okay, so we have 100 empty ones now. Now I'm going to fill it with an empty string, right? So now they're no longer sparse. So that means I can map through them. And then I'm going to use both the value and the index. Okay. And then I'm going to change this to the value plus index. Okay. And since I pre-filled everything with a string, it's using string concatenation here. But there's one problem. You see how the question is asking you to go from 1 to n, but it's going from 0 to n because indexes start with 0. There's two ways you can fix this. You can do a plus and then another parentheses I plus 1. And you see now it starts with 1. Or you can use the plus plus in front of I, okay, so that it skips the 0 and it goes straight to 1. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to say const string is going to be equal to arr.join, and then let me console.log string. And then now you see we have a string that has all of the zeros. How do we count all the zeros from here? Well, we can actually do that by using length. So I'll say const og, let's say original length, and then this is just going to be str.length. Whoops, not length. And then now I'll do const no zeros. How do we remove all the zeros? Well, we can take the string and we can replace all. Okay, and since this is a string, we're going to replace all occurrences of string 0 with an empty string. So we're actually just removing the zeros. Okay, and then you can do the dot length here, right? And then all we have to do is return the original length, which has all the zeros, and minus the new length, which removed all of the zeros. And this will actually give us the correct amount of zeros. And we don't need the string anymore. So now if you look on the right, when we put 100, it goes to the correct answer, 11. Right? If I put 101, it goes to 12. Okay. If I put 110, it's 21, but 111 should also be 21 because 111 has no zeros. It only goes up once you hit 120. Okay. And even if you put 50, we get the right answer. And even 5, we get the right answer because there's no zeros when you count from 1 to 5. Okay? Okay, I hope that was useful.